Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome along here to JACKOCAR for the season finale here for the F2 season. We are in Spa-Francorchamps. Happy New Year as well. We're a bit late on that one, but we're here finally. Hopefully we have a good race. Very much looking forward to it. And the more things change, the more they say the same. Because back in the commentary box with me, Owen Wyatt, is Jacko.
Hello. I'm a little bit rusty, mind you. It's been end of November since I was last here, but you know, we'll see what we can do today.
And we've already lost Jordan. So that's bad. Because he might actually struggle to get back, because obviously we do one shot qualifying here and no formation lap. So that might actually be Jordan out of the first race already. Of course, we do 2 races per event. And, well, one shot quality, we've said it millions of times. Every single week I've turned around here and said we have no idea how to figure out who's going to be the fastest. And I have no idea how to switch between people quickly, because it does some silly fading animations. So we're just going to find the race winner, who I think is going to be the race winner, who everyone thinks is going to be the race winner, Jano, who's
yeah.
He's 13th. How am I going to find him? I might just wait until he pops up to P1. That might be the way to do it. Oh, hold on. Oh, I've got him. No, I've lost him. I've got him.
I've got him. Shame you're not watching my point of view.
We've got him now.
Enters Eau Rouge.
Up to P4, up to P3 now. Somehow he's managed to gain 2 positions up there. Maybe there's some invalidations going on at the top of the hill. Tends to be the way around here. As he gets to the end of the first sector, only 2 more people to pass. He's already done one of them, but he's locked up quite badly actually. Of course, you only get the 1 attempt, so that lockup could be quite critical. A lot of people swapping positions. Arnaud currently sitting in P1. The championship leader wants to take the points bonus for pole position of 3 points and just extend his championship lead before his last 2 races to try and secure the title. And Jano, I think, is actually in battle day at the time, so he's not going to win the race.
As has Corey down in P17, but then again, water is wet.
Indeed, indeed. So we get to focus then on Arnaud then. Can he hold it? It's 1-2 at the minute for the top 2 in the championship. And this would extend the championship lead up to 25 points with only 47 left on the table after this qualifying session. So it will be effectively a game set and match as long as he has some clean races, and the pole position will certainly help as he heads into the final sector. Only 1 more braking zone to go now. So we'll see if he can hold his form. Brandon currently runs P3 from then Cam and J-Luke. So there's the top 5. You can see it's actually staying quite similar through this section, and you would expect that. They all change here and there, but it's all going to change on this final chicane at the bus stop. It starts to rain a little bit. We'll see if that affects anybody's exit. Bit slidey from Arnaud, but I think he's still going to come out and take pole position. He does indeed by nearly 5/10 of a second. Easily P1. And a lot of invalidations out there, but it is Arnaud on pole.
Yeah, and that's the man earlier in the group chat who said he's no good at Belgium, but once again proving us wrong. Of course, he won in the Cup Series in Season 2 during the playoffs, so he's not too bad at it.
Yes, and once again we're seeing big gaps throughout the field. It is Arnaud from Khalifa, Cam, Brandon, Jamie, MK Bourne, Kyle, West, Dexter, Vitinho, OKK, Baza, Mr. John, and Pete. And then all the people who didn't set a time because it was disqualified or they binned it or whatever. Janel, Corey, Yuri, Jordan, who's not here. I don't know if he'll come back or not. Hopefully he will. And Redmat, I hope he comes back.
I believe Redmat is the 3rd title contender, isn't he? But,
he is indeed, yes. This does present an opportunity for Cam to make quite the remarkable... He's just not going to do it. I'm not even going to try, actually, because he's literally going to win both races if he can. So maybe he won't get up to P3. So Matt, I think he finishes P3 in the championship regardless of what happens. So maybe we'll see a fighting drive from him today as a result of being at the back. But yes, we will be very interested to see how these guys get on in the race. Remember, no formation lap because it causes too many issues. And it nearly killed my PlayStation.
Just a little story about that one, Owen. I remember that was the round 2, wherever we were for round 2. Me and Corey were actually at the Silverstone Lights Festival watching the stream.
Oh dear.
So it was on the Silverstone track, and all we saw was this blue screen and you saying, I think my PlayStation's going to die.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we have none of those issues today as we wait for Yuri to ready up. Oh, he's left. Well, same difference. Lights are on, Arnold's on the left, and we've got Khalifa on the right, and the final feature race of the season is underway. 13 laps ahead of the drivers as we head down towards turn 1, one of the shortest runs of the season, and we'll see how they all get on. We're side by side. How many people are going to try and go side by side up the hill? We know someone's going to try it. Someone in this field is going to be crazy enough. Arnold looks to have a good gap, and we do see the side by side happening with Cam and Jamie. That's always to be expected, Jamie, to try something, I guess, but that might well compromise his line on the way down the Camel Straight. The top 3 look pretty secure. It's the rest of them that's going to be interesting because we've already got some side by side action. I don't think Cleve's going to think about going for anything, indeed he won't. And a bit of lag, that must be Waze. It is Waze. Of course it's Waze.
It's Waze. It was Coutinho going through the middle of his car as well, the ghosting effect, as they have a bit of contact now.
Yes, I'm not 100% sure how long these two are going to... Oh, okay. That's a bit frightening. Those two with their notoriously horrendous internet. I don't know what's accidents and what's internet. I think Waze is a solid vehicle. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's the commentator? Or
yeah,
is that just Waze?
I don't really know what happened there. His car just sort of teleported into the wall, but, well, he's been disqualified now. So, what a disaster.
Popped to the shops now everywhere.
No, look at this. We've got Khalifa. Oh, he's joined back again. He's not going to like he's been disqualified. Oh, dear. But like I say, we have got Khalifa all over the back of Arnold, actually. No ERS to worry about, no fuel to worry about. It is just driver skill. And when it comes to the tyres, by the way, we've only got 2 people who are not on the softs, and they are Baza and Janel in 11th and 12th. And there's a lot of close fights going on there, but we've got to focus on Khalifa. He wants to start gaining the points back on Arnold and into the bus stop chicane. He might well give it a go on the Cyber Junior team car. Nearly contact. But he's not going to get the move done just yet, as Arnold leads at the end of the first lap. Now, I think Janel's up to 11th. He is up to 11th, so he sees he's got ahead of him. Corey motoring along, he's up to P10 as well. So we do have, as usual, the fast starters making their fast starts. Redmat up to P12 as well.
They are the 3 fast boys to watch, Corey, Janel and Redmat. So I wonder how far up the grid they can get before pit stops or even before the end of the race. As Corey follows Dexter through Eau Rouge and Radion onto the main Camel Straight.
Khalifa.
DRS what I'm on about. In the slipstream of Dexter. Yes. He looks to make a move, he goes right and into the braking zone. It'll be an easy move for Corey up into 9.
Look at Redman right around the outside of Janel as well. And that should be up to P11, but I'm sure Janel will put the manners on Redmat, but no, he's giving him the room. That's not the JACKOCAR way. I'm sure Redmat's going to appreciate that very much indeed, although he's locked up quite heavily. He might keep it though, he has kept it. Redmat up to P11 then.
Oh, of course, Janel with the most recent sign up for JACKOCAR. Only about an hour and a half ago did we announce him. He'll be driving the number 30 next season in Season 3 for the Cup Series. He is a reserve driver. Redmat does have a full-time seat in the 80 car.
So Cam, oh we've lost the gas, fantastic. But Cam, I think, was about the 1.7 seconds behind the top 2. And he will have a bit of pressure from behind.
Janel's sliding, Owen. Oh, sorry to interrupt. He lost it going into that penultimate corner there. Baza all over the back of him as he has his own mistake. So Janel's escaped that.
Maybe it's a bit of a bad omen to be in Tatiana Calderon's car. Things tend to go wrong with that thing. You'll probably find it beats on a curve at some point in this race. And we've got more fighting going on. I think Corey's just gone past Coutinho. And now Corey's all over the back of Kyle. And will he go for into turn 1? Which line's he going to take? Probably a bad omen to be in Louis Delatraz's car, thinking about it, actually, on this track as well, knowing what happened last time. But, yes, let's hope he doesn't end up upside down. Would be nice.
I'm excited to see these 2 boys go at it next season in the Cup Series. Corey and Kyle, 2 very fast drivers. As Corey gets in that slipstream again, goes to the left this time. It's going to be an easy move.
We've got Jamie trying to get by Cam as well, but no way through there. So the DRS is now starting to take effect. We are starting to get some challenges. Nothing from Khalifa and Arnaud as yet, but here comes Jamie down the inside. I think these two had some fighting last week in Silverstone, which is quite entertaining. The Silverstone races, if you haven't watched them back, I know you were too busy hitting the walls all race, but if you haven't watched the race itself back, fantastic stuff, Jacko. And hopefully we'll get some more of that now. But here comes Cam.
Is that a dig at my driving?
Oh, it was a dig at your driving, and that was nearly two drivers steaming off the track. Where's Brandon going to fit into this? He's all over Jamie. In fact, he's pushed him all the way around Pouon, and it's boxed Cam in as a result. And I think Cam might have to settle for fifth here, but no, Brandon he's had a slide. Oh, will he throw him back up the inside? No, he won't. He will hold it off for a little bit, but they've lost nearly 3 seconds on this lap to the top 2 in front. And look at that, Jimmy's all over the grass, and Brandon's had the best exit here. NK Bourne as well might fancy getting interested as they all head down to the bus stop chicane, and Brandon's under the grass. I'm getting signs of the 2 MPs in 2020 when they came together here. This is very similar style of racing. Hopefully it doesn't end too badly. He wants to go by at least one car in this bus stop chicane. Does Brandon? He's got one, and Jamie was lucky that it wasn't 2 because he went so deep. DRS enabled now, and NK Bourne is going past as well with the help of that DRS. Cam, who's down by 3 places on that lap alone. Now, what do we watch here? Do we think Khalifa's going to go for any moves on this lap? As Corey makes the first pit stop of the race. Of course, you do have to make a pit stop in the feature race. You don't in the sprint. But here comes Khalifa for the race lead. This should be a pretty easy move to make. I can move all over the track as much as he wants, but that is going to be the race lead for Khalifa into the Le Con chicane. Arnaud wants to go back at him actually, but surely this early in the race it's not worth losing your front line yet, as Brandon gets by his teammate. What a race we're having.
If Arnaud finishes there, that's all he really needs to do for this championship, so no point taking any risks. I know he'd like to win at his home track, but you've got to think of the bigger picture sometimes. Good move from Khalifa there.
So, Corey, where did he end up? He's in a lot of free air. He does have a penalty of some description, and we've got Yuri out of the race, so we did get back in. Now, the game will not show yellow flags. I don't think we've got any sort of full... Oh, we do have a full course something, but what is it? VSC. It's a VSC. I hate this game. I have no graphics. I'm having to go by the boards on the side of the track here. Again. Fixes itself for the sprint, it tends to anyway. But this is very bad news indeed for Corey, because surely if this VSC lasts long enough, you'll get some pit stops from the leading bunch, and that might cost Corey on the long run, who's going for the undercut. And this is the exact situation which could affect him, but we have gone green once again. No one's got any drive-through penalties, so it looks like we've all got away scot-free. And look at Jamie all over the back of Brandon. I'm seeing that Arnaud as well wants to have a little look in Khalifa, but he doesn't. And here comes Jamie. He wants to go for the cutback. And MK Bourne, he can smell a podium here. He wonders that these two very aggressive drivers could end up in the wars in a moment. We haven't seen any pit stops from the leading guys. It does appear that Corey's trying something really unique here, as Coutinho does decide to pit. And Jamie looks to the inside, shows Brandon he's there, hopes he misses the apex, which he doesn't. And the run up the hill, and then I'm going to try the Hamilton technique of just brake check them on the way down the hill to make sure they don't get the slipstream. Don't say it too much in league racing, but it is a viable technique if Hamilton can get away with it. Speaking of which, I'm sure you're celebrating Hamilton's birthday, aren't you, as well? 36.
I think you'll find that's Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Whatever.
With a weaving from Brandon, by the way.
Yeah. That's not a Hamilton technique. I wouldn't recommend doing that. That does end badly. Must say, we have just seen Arnaud as well passing Khalifa, but Khalifa's going back up the inside. He's sliding all over the show, nearly into the side. In fact, he was definitely into the side, but no damage done. And luckily we caught the end of that one, because I did miss the start of it. But we caught all the fighting still. Top quality coverage, that.
Yeah, I don't think they're finished fighting either.
I hope not. But I hope that the others stop fighting. If the front two fight, can the rest just stop for a minute? We don't have the F1 TV capability to show you everything going on the track, because the F1 game's too lazy. That's where you should have used your microtransactions, you know. But now let's buy a livery. Anyway, on board with Brandon, who's absolutely all over the back of Jamie. Jamie's not going to be enjoying this for a second. But we are, because this is exactly what we're looking for today. All the fighting going on. Remember, there are 2 races as we lose Pete from this race now. And they to the final chicane, and Cam has lost another place to Redman, who's now 6th place, and Khalifa down the inside, or on the outside actually, as Arno decides to pit as we get some sort of full course yellow. What is it?
Safety car. No, VSC.
VSC. So, Arno pitted, and, well, Khalifa didn't. And Brandon, well, he's got a penalty for contact with Jamie, I believe. So that's not gone too well. So Arnold then, where is he going to come out? Khalifa's going to be... He's not going to be happy, is he? Having seen that happen. We are still under full course virtual safety car. So yeah, this does look like it's going to go in Arnold's favour. Unless, of course, he makes any mistakes. Surprisingly, no one else is pitting. I like
surprising.
That. Yeah, that is surprising.
Come out in front of Bazza, his teammate.
We are green again. Bazza has got a drive through, but Brandon is going straight back past his teammate. He may well have hit him at the start of VSC, but he does get the advantage in the end, although he will have to take that 5-second penalty when he pits. Probably soon, I'd imagine. But yeah, that might well have wrecked the fight for third, to be honest. But and the fight for the lead as well, that virtual safety car. Why couldn't he have been a full safety car, huh? That would have been interesting. And we're looking at Cam, and that's why he's slowing down a bit. You can see he's lost his front right-hand end plate. The man with the pink helmet reminds me a bit of Alexander Albon's Dan's livery from back in the day.
Oh, and I think the pink is actually in celebration of Jess's birthday, isn't it? 26 today.
Sim.
If I've read the tweets on my timeline correctly.
We love a good bit of simping, don't we, in the community? But it's wholesome simping, so we'll allow it. Yes, I think that is what it's for, but it does remind me a lot of Alexander Albon's livery. The one that was famously crashed into by Nick de Vries in the pit lane at Monaco, but anyway, how will that livery
I
back?
can confirm it is actually in honour of Jess's birthday, so happy birthday Jess Games, 26 today. Next year, if anybody wants to give her a present, a coffin would be a good shout. With the old age. Trust me, I'm 25, I'm starting to feel it.
Oh. You see, me being a young man, at 18, it hasn't quite hit me yet.
You don't know the struggle.
Have we got a full course yellow again? Safety car! Safety car, I don't know what the hell's that for. What's the safety car out for?
I don't know.
I don't understand. I just went on, but look at the safety cars in the pit lane. Just taking everyone else's route. Is it even meant to be at the entry of the pit? What the hell?
Khalifa's been blessed.
Khalifa has been blessed. What's the safety car been doing now? What's happening? Did it just decide? Yeah, I fancy coming out actually today. I have no idea what's caused that. Has OKK had an accident out there? No, I mean OKK's miles behind. Is it his fault? What's happening?
Corey's in the pits again. But he's got no damage.
He'll be sticking some softs on, won't he? I don't really know what's happened there.
The only thing I can think of is possibly some debris on the racing line being sim damage.
I'm absolutely confused. I gotta try and look at this back. What was it? Was it Dexter?
Dexter has a full front wing.
I'm trying to just figure out whose name was falling down the leaderboard at any given time, but he might well have just been into the pit lane. Oh, I'm so confused. I don't think... I'm going to investigate this. I'm going to figure this out, because these safety cars last 4 or 5 laps, so we've got plenty of time. Because F2, for some reason, takes forever in a day. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say it was Dexter. Something happened to him at the bus stop chicane, and I can't really say I'm very confident in what that was, but I can only say that I think it happened. TC is here. Has he got a seat?
Yeah.
Yeah, but can he race? Will he be put into the
he
other
should
car?
be able to.
Well, if he can't, we can always use another commentator. Anyway,
Whilst there's a pause in proceedings here, Owen.
a long pause.
A very long pause. Yeah, I'm just going to remind everybody that on this day next week, we return for JACKOCAR Season 3. The Cup Series begins in Australia. We've got 4 new guys. We've got, I think, 3 reserves from last season, and the other familiar names that you'll recognise. So excited to get that going for a 3rd season, and yeah, me and you back in the comms box.
We're already back in the comms box, so we might as well be already doing it. This is like a little preview.
Needed the warm up.
Yeah, definitely. Well, mind you, I never really have a break, do I?
You've not stopped, have you?
I just never stop. Yeah. That's the dedication that we need here. Though,
I respect that.
So.
So
let's just get this one straight. So Khalifa now leads the race from MK Board and Red Mat. That's just incredible, isn't it? Brilliant stuff from the KFC boys, or Prema, but they had KFC all over the car, didn't they, this year? So where did they start, those two? Well, MK Bourne was 6th, and then Red Mat was obviously last. So yeah, they've certainly been the biggest gainers out of all this. Brandon is still 4th and still has a penalty. That might well be just for corner cutting now. Let's just see. Arnoud's 5th.
Arnoud's the loser here.
He's got a drive-through penalty as well, Arnoud.
And he's made a 2nd stop for some reason.
Yeah, this has gone pear-shaped. This has really gone pear-shaped actually, because he cannot take this. He cannot take this drive-through penalty until the safety car goes in. And no word of a lie, you see where OKK is. He's going to take a solid lap, 2 laps to catch. I think Arnoud's going to score no points in this feature race, and Khalifa will be level on points. Oh well, he'll score 1, won't he?
Arnoud will get at least some form of points.
He'll get 1, won't he? Will he get 1?
System. Yeah.
Because it's a sprint race that only has the top 12.
Top 12, yeah.
I think if he finishes 16th, that's 1 point, isn't it? Or 1 or 2 points. Either way, it would be a very, very close gap in the championship. Let me just try and find it. Hold on a minute. I'm sure I've got it saved somewhere. Okay, he would actually score 3 points if he finished 16th, which is the worst case scenario, but most likely the actual scenario. And
on top of his pole points as well, which is so he would get 6.
Well, I've already sort of counted those on, so he's 25 points ahead coming into this.
Apologies.
So he will be 3 points clear in this championship going into the last race. That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
The Belgian bottle for the Belgian drivers happened again. I believe it was him, wasn't it, that was spinning like a top in the charity race multiple times in the safety car.
There's a whole list we can go through here, Owen.
I mean,
there's the one you've just mentioned. There's the Season 1 implosion. There's the NASCAR Championship, which he's dropped out of. There's Season 2. He won all those races in the playoffs and only finished 2nd. And now the F2 Championship. He cannot win a title in this league. There's just something against him.
Well, it's not over yet, but doesn't look very good. I mean, it's alright, we're acting like this is over. But the problem is, he will also start 16th place in the final race. You'll see, if he doesn't get in the top 8, Khalifa, he'll start 8th, yeah. But even 8th place in that last race would be enough for the championship. So it is going to be all on Arnoud to show what he's got. Good news for him, Baza also has a drive-through, so we can actually maybe say he'll finish at least 15, because he's already ahead, so that'll be 4 points. Yeah, this will be fascinating. If OKK would ever catch up. I did say this would take a while, and indeed it is. This might go another lap yet, we just don't know yet. Because in Bahrain we lost so many laps, thanks to you causing the accident.
Hey.
But we lost so many laps in the safety car that day, and we lost so many laps in Silverstone race 1. OKK locking up the front right, really not what we need at the moment. We just need to catch up. He's in such big trouble, okay, because I mean he's had to 3, nearly 4 flat-out laps under safety car just to catch up. His tyres will be wrecked by the time he gets there compared to the rest.
The problem must be that car, because he's driving the car that I had. So, and me and OKK, we're quality world-class drivers. So it can't be us, it must be the car, and that's why it's in last.
Well, they're both in last, actually. They're the bottom two, those Carlins.
Yeah. But Corey on those softs.
Corey, obviously, Corey, if I were him, at this point I'd be priming myself, you know, bracing for the impact at the bus stop chicane, because obviously we'll always mention that season 1 race in Belgium where Louis Deltros, who was leading the race at the time, to be fair, flipped it over in the bus stop on the restart, and the man driving his car is going to be hoping not to do that again. But we have got the safety car on its way into the pit lane, and so it's now on Khalifa to decide what he's going to do on the restart, driving the now controversial car of Nikita Mazepin. People will not want to see this car win the race, but it's leading at the moment. And, oh dear, he's doing it straight away. I guess that might work. His Baza follows him. I mean, they're teammates, aren't they, those two? That is just a total nightmare. You're gonna have to follow each other through the... Oh! Hold up! I'm pretty sure it said he had a drive-through, didn't it, Arnold? And he's just changed his tyres. Is that in the script? I don't think he meant to do that. Anyway,
I don't think it's going to plan.
Back to Jano. He's trying to get 2 cars in one go. Cam and Jamie. Oh, I was wondering if they were going to end up coming together, because I wasn't too sure who saw who in that situation. Now let me check the penalties again. Yeah, Arnold still has a drive-through penalty, and he's already 20 seconds off the pace. Oh, Nelly. And NK Bourne had just been overtaken by Redman, and I think that might have been some team play going on there.
Tell you what, Redman's doing a good enough job, isn't he, to get himself back in contention?
We've seen this from him before this season plenty of times, so he might well win this sprint race. Sort of at the moment, he tends to be showing the pace to do that type of thing, so I'd expect that from him at this point.
Did he not take a podium in the charity race back in October as well at this track?
Yes, because me and Austin had a very loud cat fight about whether he should have pitted at the end of the race. You were just a passenger in that one, yes. In fairness, he had half the front wing in the full wet conditions. What were you expecting me to say? Stay out? But yeah, he did, and he got the podium, so I made to look stupid on my own stream, which is why he's never allowed to commentate for us ever again. And here comes Brandon round the outside.
Race where you can play. Look at all these idiots sliding on the inters. Is that that one?
Yeah, it came from there as well. Shut up and trying to commentate, it came from there as well. Obviously, we're too professional for that now, but for a charity race, you can be a little less professional before someone called Mr. Dawson tries to cancel me for it. Speaking of which, I'm commentating on the race at Belgium, and no one's done anything stupid yet, so I'd just like to say thank you to all the drivers who listened to me and said do not crash up the hill, because I will be cancelled by the man with a hairline that looks like a PS4 controller, and I've sacked myself. Anyway, here comes Jamie.
I'm sure his position's open for a lead commentator next week.
I'm sure Jamie's looking to get this one done. We need to get him Carson at some point again, you know. We need to bully him at some point, because he won the title. I haven't had a chance to bully him in a long time, and he's driving well these days. You know, it's miserable. Look at that.
He'll mess it up, don't you worry.
He better. He's already won 1 championship. We can't say winning. Well, 4th place is effectively a win for me now. I've decided. As Redman gets a penalty.
If you speak to Jamie, he'll tell you he's won 2 championships because he got that 5-lap championship. Those months ago.
Yeah.
Battle here with Brandon.
It's been a good fight all day, hasn't it? And Brandon will not give this one up in a heartbeat, will he? He's gonna fight this one out. He was trying to go all the way around the outside of Pouon, and
good respect from those two.
Wasn't really ever going to work. Coutinho has been in the pits for some new softs, by the way. The only reason I can assume Arnold hasn't taken his drive-through yet is because he wants a fastest lap before he does that, because he might not be able to get one. But the issue is he is risking disqualification, as Janel, all over the back of laggy Cam, tries to make himself well, put himself into the fight for
Brandon up
P4,
the
which
inside
is
of Jamie.
getting very intense indeed. And I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of contact. Oh wow, that has to be damage. Surely for one of them. Surely Cam's front wing's gone there. Some of it. That was a big old knock, wasn't it? And I don't think Janel's going to be very happy about that. I might have spoken too soon about that knock, didn't it? Stupid up the hill. Yeah,
it was Cam who got the damage there, Owen.
Again, well, at least he's used to the damage, so maybe he'll be able to handle it a bit better. He's just got to hold on for 2 laps. But DRS is now enabled. This is about to get interesting. Will Cam have a chance on Brandon? No. Jordan has been overtaken back by Janel. I do wonder if that was even started by Jordan, maybe getting to the back of that group. I'm not too sure really what went on there, because I was on board with...
Oh, more damage!
More damage indeed,
Janel on the back
yes.
of Cam.
You'd think Janel would know that there was going to be damage done there, because Cam is a damaged car. And look at Corey. Don't let Corey get involved when they're already binding wheels. That is asking for an airplane accident. And with only 1 more lap to go at the end of this one, that's as good as time as any to have an airplane accident. As down the inside goes Corey. Oh my goodness me, he's gone straight into the side of Jordan. But you know, he's broken his front wing. That's what he's done to him. And look at that, he wants to get 2 cars in one, and his front wing's gone as well. Oh, brilliant stuff. They're losing them everywhere. Will anyone even be able to take the last lap without going off the track? Is anyone going to have any downforce left? This is like Baku all over again, where they all end up with just nothing left on their cars. Has Dexter got damage as well? Are we going to make this a quintet of just completely battered F2 cars? He might still end up there yet. We'll wait and see. Looks like Khalifa though is on to win the race, and that's not the line, Janel. That's not the line at all. Let's not be cheating here. As Corey thinks about it on Cam. Doesn't make anything stick though. And it looks like Jamie's over clear enough of Brandon to not be under much threat on the last lap. So it means we can put our full focus on these 5 in the fight for P6. Although in fairness, it's a fight that's effectively already won by Cam because he hasn't got a penalty. Which might well give Corey even more encouragement to go for a move as he heads through Eau Rouge. Maybe he would have thought about a move. You know what Corey's like with those. And he's on the exit now, down the Camel Straight, having a look. In fact, you know what? Brandon might well actually have a real go on Jimmy, but decides not to. He backs off for some reason. But, oh well. At least you got Corey passing Cam. Means nothing in the grand scheme of things. But, yeah, that is P6 on track anyway.
Yeah, I think Jordan's going to be looking at some higher positions with his lack of penalties as well.
Okay, he's in 9 here. Don't really know how he's ended up there, but he's down to P12.
Yeah, fair play to him. Just John benefiting, as well as Kyle.
Right, is Dexter gonna try on Janel? He's all over the back of him. My goodness, how has Corey kept it on the, you know, all 4 wheels on the car? When you go
Janel
wide like
up
that,
Dexter up the inside.
So when you go wide like that in Puon, you're expecting an accident, but luckily Corey got away with it. And well, Jordan might find his way up here. Because he hasn't got a penalty, has he, actually? So he might be alright anyway, but we've got to cut off this, I'm afraid, because sadly we've got to watch the end of the race, and that involves Khalifa coming across the line.
Spin Khalifa.
And he is going to close that championship gap to, I think, with that fastest lap, 4 points, I think. But let's see as they cross the line. Is anyone going to go for any more moves in the end? I don't think they are. So who's going to get the reverse grid pole? That's the important thing to decide here. Janel's going to get it. And as he gets it, he has an accident on the line. But it is Janel on reverse grid pole. And Arnaud is going to finish a lowly 14th place. So, Khalifa, he gets 26 points for that win. And Arnaud's going to get 5 points. So that does mean we have a championship gap coming into the final race of 4 points, I think. Very nice. Very nice. Oh. Well, okay. Scratch that. That'll be a... Hold on a minute. Quick maths here. 5 points.
Just
6
working
points?
it out.
Alright, hold on a minute. So let me get my numbers up again. Right, so he's 25 points clear going into this race. He's now scored 5. So the challenger gets 5 points now. Fantastic.
How many points for a win? 20?
25.
25, okay, yeah, 5. And you've included his pole, yeah?
Yes.
Well done. Proud of you.
Cheers. Red Matt, unsurprisingly, gets driver today, coming from last to second. And, like I say, I wouldn't be at all surprised if I see him take that sprint race win. Mind you, Janel is on pole position for that, and, you know, I think pretty much everybody in the chat was going to call him for a win at some point, so maybe this will be it. But there is your podium. Khalifa celebrates, but will be all eyes on that championship trophy now, seeing how close he is going to be in the championship. The championship, which will conclude in the next race, which is coming up now. So do stay tuned.
What's Red Matt's position now with that second place? Is he back in contention, or is Khalifa too far ahead? Time for some quick maths again.
Please don't. He's out of it. He's out of it, I think, because Khalifa. My quick maths is rubbish. He's not going to win it, okay? He's not going to finish second either. Just let's just assume he's not going to, yeah? Right, anyway, let's just quickly go through the results. Khalifa, Redma, MK Bourne, Jamie, Brandon, Cam, Jordan, Janel, they obviously get reversals, top 8. Then Dexter, Corey, Kyle, Mr. John, OKK, Arno, Patino, Baza, Pete, Yuri, and Wes. Haven't had a wet race yet, I don't think. Would be interesting for the finale. But I'm sure somebody would have said by now, actually. I haven't really been checking, and you would have thought someone would have been a bit worried for rain. But let's see. Maybe they've been keeping quiet about it, and we're getting a lovely surprise as we see the heavens open. Nope, it's dry. Ah well. So, no pit stops in this race. The question will be, what tire do they start on? Soft or medium? You'd expect medium, but I wouldn't be at all surprised to see someone try softs.
Somebody going by the name of Corey, he's the most likely to.
Yeah, that's for some reason I see Jamie doing it. I don't know why.
Yeah, he likes a reverse strategy.
He does like a reverse strategy, but I don't think he's been doing it too recently, but you never know. You just never know. And TC, I mentioned he joined. He is the 20th car on the grid, I believe, so yay. Just the person I want to see here. Someone make sure he stays clean this race, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you in advance.
Jess, Way's confirming that there could be rain towards the end of this race.
But
was it Way? No, it was Jess.
No,
sorry.
it was Jess.
Sorry.
Not her.
Fog lights. Now
Fog
we're
lights.
away.
No lights. We're away. Janel is leading in his Arden. And oh, look at that! Is that Cam going for the race lead in turn 1? That's a proper dive bomb, isn't it? We've got yellow flags. I can see them now. We've got all sorts of chaos behind. And oh dear, was that TC? No, he got away with it. Thank goodness for that. I think it was the other one. As Cam gets real close up the hill. He wants to win this race, obviously. He's going to give it a real good go as well. Look at this, and we're going 3 wide for 3rd place, but we're going to go 2 wide for the lead. Here comes Cam, right on the outside. There's nearly contact, there is contact, and Janel's going off wide. Jordan wants to get involved as well, and somehow Janel's held on to the lead of the race. Arno, by the way, is just Arno's just 1 spot behind Khalifa. Perfect for him. If he just stays there, championship sealed. But look at Jordan all over the back of Cam. Cam has got to get a move on. He's got support from Jess in the chat. He's wearing a tribute helmet. The Simp Lord. He's gotta win it now. He's gonna win it now. I think Janel's locked up. He went a little bit wide. Certainly putting himself under some pressure, isn't he? He's missed quite a few apexes on this opening lap. Redmat's already got a penalty. I don't know how he's managed that one. Maybe
it's this battle from 7th back. Corey holding up Redmat, Khalifa and Arnold at the moment.
Corey holding people up?
He's just driving slowly, sorry.
Right, Brandon is all over the back of Jamie, but you know what? Redmat is just flying. What sort of straight line speed is that? Is he going to try and go around the outside into the bus stop chicane and then cut back to the inside of it? Yes, but he doesn't make the move work. As Janot sets the fastest lap of the race, that time shall...
gets past Khalifa.
Oh, yes. Championship looks good. Front wing damage for Khalifa. That's bad. Yeah. That might well be championship decided then. But we won't call anything too early. Long way to go. A lot of fighting going on up the hill. That looked real slidey for Brandon, who's going to be feeling the pressure of Redmat and of Corey and of MK Bourne. They're all going to be thinking about getting involved. But it all starts with this. Here comes Redmat round the outside, and he's got the move done. Brandon doesn't find it too hard, and that's probably good news for him because it means that Corey isn't all over him, because we know what Corey's like. We've seen it so many times this season. Give him an opportunity, he will hit you. And here is that opportunity coming up. Now, will he hit him? I'm telling you, he's going to hit him.
Brandon sideways.
No, he's not hit him. He hasn't hit him yet anyway. Khalifa, now he gets a penalty as well. The front line damage is ruining his day. And it's ruining his championship as Redmat has a huge slide. He got on the curb on the entry to Puon. And now Brandon wants to have a go at the inside of him. And again, Corey Matt will be very interested in what's going on here. Where's he going to go? He's going to try and look for some space somewhere. He thought about going down the middle, but there's just no room for that as Brandon had a big slide. But I tell you what, he is effectively down the middle. As Vitinho retires from the race, Corey's still trying to find a way through if they have a safety car. Oh, and he has, Corey's hit him twice and he's lost his front wing. Did I or did I not tell you that he was going to do this, and he's done it?
You did actually promise us that,
Owen. I promised us. I hit him twice for good measure, and his front wing has gone flying. But, he's not happy, is he? He's dive-bombed Brandon now under safety car. To pit. He's pitting, obviously. Will we see Khalifa pit? No, he's going to stick it out. He's going to stick it out. Oh, Christ. I've just seen how far behind OKK is again. Jesus.
It's the car, not the driver.
Someone tell him to retire, yeah? Because we're going to lose 3 laps here. There's only 9 laps. We don't have that long to lose. This is precious time. Look how many people are freaking pitting. No wonder we have a safety car, I guess, but this is going to be a nightmare. And we're crashing as well. Brandon into the back of someone, I think, for the 2nd time in 2 races. Has he picked up front wing damage? Yep, he's picked up massive damage. That'll be into the pits as well. Oh dear.
Pete had to stack behind Yori as well, just that. Good measure.
He'll still be ahead of OKK at this rate, though. I don't know if he's pitting anyway. You are doing this to spite me. This is ridiculous. Ugh.
I don't know if we picked up on it yet, but Arnold has a 3-second time penalty. Cancels out Khalifa's.
Yeah, but he has to go and break his front wing as well, doesn't he? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Khalifa really not looking good with that. But, yes. Oh, Christ. This would be a good time for a brew break. But I don't like to do that, but use viewers. Go off, make a cup of tea, come back. Because we might be a while here. Because, I mean, you can watch this from OKK's point of view. He is going to be going flat out, okay? He is. But I think, like I said, we've said this many times, the F2 cars are obviously slower than F1, and I'm pretty sure the safety car runs comfortably to what the F1 pace would be. I think in real life, this safety car would probably be going around a little bit slower. But, yeah. It's an F1 spec safety car in Delta and all that, but for F2 cars. So, of course, it's going to take forever. That's the problem we've got here.
And, Owen, once we've got this gap, this time to fill once again, what are you excited about coming up in the Cup Series next week? And for the rest of the season?
I mean, F2s have been nice, but I'm looking forward to seeing F1 cars again. We've got a lot of the old ones coming back from the ILR days, particularly ILR season 2, where I made my debut into the league racing scene, in terms of racing anyway. And you've all got sick of me then, and I'm still around today. And yeah, we've got a few of the old faces. One of them in the pit lane is Brandon, which just means we're going to be taking forever to get this thing restarted. MK Bourne, in fairness, he's been here from the start of JACKOCAR anyway, but you know, more people being reunited, always nice to see. We have Flexi in as well, I believe. Big Sam.
Yep.
We don't really get on. Well, we didn't get along very well for a while, but I think we're friends again now. So life's good. Baza as well. Obviously, he's always been around again, hasn't he? So yeah, plenty of faces. Can't remember if Corey was around or not. Maybe he was too good for us back then.
Yeah, Corey was at the inception of ILR.
I think he was higher tier than us. We were all ILR3 losers, and he was like good. How the tables have turned, huh? How does it feel to be a peasant down in 14th now? But obviously Corey, the famous scene of his Mercedes facing backwards in Abu Dhabi. We'll never forget that. We'll never let him forget it. Even though I wasn't even around back then, but we'll still never let him forget it.
Or the famous scene from Australia where his, I think it was Mercedes, was flying through the air backwards. That's a favourite of everyone's.
Breaking the laws of physics for science. And I do believe we've got Jack Gooding. He isn't doing... He's not doing the F1 stuff, is he? Jack Gooding.
No, he's in the Kia series, is young Jack Gooding.
What a disgrace.
That's Red Matt Spun.
Oh.
Red Matt Spun. Owen, sorry.
I didn't realise your name was... Oh, for Christ, he's put the front one. Killed me.
So, title whatever?
Yeah. Actually, to be fair, even with a damage, he will catch up to the leading pack, so I think we might actually get away with a safety car coming in. It just means his race is completely spoiled. But yes, so you got to get Jack Gooding into these F1s. One, so we can ask him what the hell happened to ILR, and two, we need to invite him to karting so I can actually interrogate him in person.
We're working on that. But,
I mean, it's his local. Is it? Well, I mean, he's Scottish.
It's local.
Oh, well, that's into the wall, and that might actually be a puncture or not as well. But there's not enough time to complain about that accident. But somehow Red Matt has survived because the safety car decided, yeah, we're not going to wait for him. Thank goodness, and we're going to go racing again. But yes, that's all the stuff to look forward to for season 3. I think there's plenty more, but. Here, we've got to figure out how we're going to finish the F2 season, as Red Matt has just cut the last everything, and made about 10 places. As we go through it again, we've got... he hasn't crashed into Brandon. Oh, he's crashed into Brandon. Oh dear. Well, I wonder if Red Matt is looking for someone to blame for that incident. Looks a bit dodgy, doesn't it? But you know what we say here, Robin's racing.
Orchestrated, possibly.
A little bit. Well, they're in the pits anyway, those two, so that's gone well. Bit of lag there for MK Bourne. I don't like saying that, but Arnold is still going to try and overtake him. Wouldn't that be typical? He gets taken out of the championship by lag. Arnold. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but MK Bourne is looking quite the jumpy driver. Really not what you need to calm your nerves when you're trying to secure a championship. He's just 5 laps away from taking the crown. Corey's binned, hasn't he? Yep. And he's left. Well, it was nice knowing you. It all had started so well in Bahrain, and look how it's ended up for Corey. Disaster class. Red Matt's only just got out of the pits, by the way.
Corey straight into the chat and putting the blame onto Yuri for that one. I did see right before the DNF that Yuri had got past. We didn't see it on the TV though. I don't think, unless you caught it.
Nah, I saw him go off on the map, but that doesn't really tell you much, does it? As KK and Waste fight away, TC struggling a little bit, and you don't want to be on that line, you'll be on a one-way ticket to death. Luckily, Ollie. Oh no, he has hit the wall. He has hit the wall. Thought he'd escaped it, but he. Oh, hold up! Look at Jordan. He's trying to have a little go on Cam into the last chicane, and that's quite tight. I have a feeling that Jamie might well get both of them here. He's certainly got one of them, and as he runs up towards turn 1, is Jamie going to make it 2 for 1 in turn 1? I don't think he is.
Jordan's going to stay there.
I think
Jordan's going to
yeah,
gain that place back as well.
He will get him straight back actually. And we now run down to your route. We're still too early to think about going hell for leather down here at the moment, but it is certainly. Oh my goodness. They're pushing themselves up the hill. It's incredible stuff. But Cam is now being sectioned from everywhere. He's got Jordan on the left, and he's got Jamie nearly flying into him. He moved very late there, and he's now defending from Jordan. I'll tell you what, he's also racing the season for, isn't he, Cam? I've been looking forward to more of this aggressive stuff. As we get yellow flags, I believe red mat's gone and done it again. And Jordan is up into P2 now. Is Khan going to be going back up his inside? You bet he is. We've got Arnold and Khalifa fighting away as well, but I think we might actually have to cut that, because if that goes wrong, it has gone wrong. Arnold's got front wing damage. I don't know if that's as a result of the fight, but they are 2 cars now, both with damage.
Behind him as well.
Khalifa will be now a bit encouraged, having seen that front wing coming off. And is Jamie thinking about getting by Cam now? He must be getting a little bit sick of the dams. He's hit him, but he should have the move. Nope. I thought he would be able to get on the inside, but he actually didn't. MK Bourne's got a penalty now as well. Hectic stuff, I must say. It really is hectic. But yeah, we've got Khalifa. He just had that little bit of encouragement. As Red Mat retired, he's binned it in the pit lane entry. I don't think that's a retirement just by hitting the retire. I think he's binned it. We'll confirm that for you as we ride on board with the race leader. I was about to call him the race winner. Yes, he has binned it. I was about to call him race winner. We aren't quite at that point yet. But look at this train.
Right now.
This train from second down. Oh, Arnold. He's gonna be absolutely bricking it. He doesn't want to be anywhere near this. He just wants a nice, clean final 3 laps. But these are long laps, and in typical JACKOCAR style, he just tends to go down to the wire when there's a championship on the line, and it's doing it once again.
That's what we love to see. And why would we want it to be easy for any of these drivers? Make their life difficult, make them earn these championships, and that's what Arnold's having to do here. But Khalifa's still very much in contention. There's a move for P3, I think, at the moment.
We've just seen Jamie going past Cam, who might try and fight him back. He's been very aggressive so far. And Arnold and Khalifa are all over the back of MK Bourne. This really needs to be a chance now for Khalifa. You know, Robin's racing is it time to start getting your elbows out and maybe start trying to intentionally harm your rival. You know, talk about your, conscience and stuff, but when you've got 3 laps to go and the championship on the line, 2 drivers who previous results of the championship have both been second places in the past, it's certainly going to be elbows out, I'm sure of that. And I really wouldn't be at all surprised just to see a move just force someone into a really tricky spot. Because if you're going to do it in any league, do it in this league, because you might actually get away with it. Janel's clear though. Janel's looking pretty good. We have yellow flags. TC has been at the top of the hill. I don't know if he's actually broken anything now. Yeah, we've seen that before. I don't think he's actually broken anything now. I think he might have just gone for a little 360 or something like that. But anyway, he's had his customary incident up at the top of the hill, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Is he in Raikkonen's car? He is in Raikkonen's car, explains a lot. As Janel sets the fastest lap, takes that extra point, and Jamie now takes it. Jamie now takes it off him. And this train is going to do something at some point. Commented on the PSGR race the other day.
Oh, Jordan getting loose out of turn 1. Jamie's going to be up the inside here.
I was going to say that I was watching PSGR F1 and no one could fight with a DRS then. But these are a completely different kettle of drivers. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. I'm sure of it. We're not going to have an anti-climax.
Oh my god.
Ah, look at Cam. Yeah, you're right. And we might go 3 wide once again here. Oh, this is asking to go wrong. Down the inside, Cam. And I think Jordan's... Oh, he's hit him! He's hit him! Look out, MK Bourne and Arnold. Arnold will be, his heartbeat will be through the roof. Watching all this, he's going up the inside of MK Bourne. That's so risky. And here comes Khalifa. There's no way through. Jordan and Cam are absolutely going for it. They're finding wheels everywhere. And MK Bourne is going for it too. And they're sticking with us down towards Pool. Oh, look at the brake check from MK Bourne. I think it's actually affected Khalifa more.
It has.
Could have been so bad. If I'm panicking watching this for Arnold. I can't imagine how he is right now. He's going to be absolutely he's feeling the pressure of this situation.
All we needed was an easy evening's racing, and he's not getting it. A lap and a bit to go to crown this F2 champion, the JACKOCAR F2 champion. Baza picks up another penalty. What has Khalifa got up his sleeve as we approach the final lap? I think Janel's won it, but it's the battle for second that we're interested in. Third, I should say.
Kyle Newman likes to lose the championship. He might get the final say on this as well. He's on the back of this train as well as Dexter. Let's just get him involved as well. Let's just get everyone involved.
Why not?
I feel like Oprah Winfrey, just giving everyone free reign to fight here. You get a DRS, you get a DRS, you get a DRS. Who's going to use it? As we head up the hill for the final time this season. And, well, good news if you're Arnold. It looks like you might actually be about to make an overtake rather than be put under pressure. This is a good opportunity to go past. Will he take it though? Because if it goes wrong, you're in trouble. As he goes around the outside, and this is not the most comfortable move in the world. Look at MK Bourne shoving him. He's not letting him free. He doesn't care what's involved. He also knows what it's like to lose a championship. Everyone knows what it's like to lose a championship.
Yeah.
And round the outside goes Khalifa. If I were him, I'd be sticking it out the inside here. I'm going to find a wall. I'm going to put Arnold in it. Oh, it's slipping away from Khalifa. This is it now. Khalifa's going down the inside. He's hit him. Oh, that could have been a spin right there. And he's still all over him. Again, Arnold's going to be absolutely panicking right now. Down the inside again goes Khalifa, and he nearly once again understeers into him. And again on the inside. He's doing everything he can to unsettle Arnold without actually hitting him. This is brilliant stuff. But there's
so good at this as well.
He can
Putting
do.
rivals under pressure.
Kyle is going to be into the back of him in a second. They nearly touched. And this is it. Janel's going to win the race. Well done, but look at his. Here comes Khalifa. He's making his way past his championship rival. But what can he do now? There's nothing really he can do now. Unless Arnold has more penalties. Will Kyle try to help him out? There's nothing he can do. The leaders have crossed the line. They've touched again. And Arnold has been passed again. He's passing Khalifa, I should say. He's crossing the line. And judging by penalties, I think it's Arnold's championship.
I think so.
Whew.
I think so. Kyle went up to P5 in the end, and Cam took the final podium spot.
And there are front wings everywhere.
Dexter up to P6. What a drive.
Well, it is predictably Janel who's won the race from Jamie and Cam, the top three. But as we say, it is Arnold who has prevailed. He didn't make it easy for himself, did he?
Congratulations to Arnold, who's finally won a championship in JACKOCAR. He's the inaugural F2 champion. This league will return in May. Wonder if he can retain it, come back, or will Khalifa get the upper hand? But a great race ahead of finish the season, Owen.
Yeah, good stuff. Thoroughly enjoyed both races today. As TC comes around, a bit lonely. Maybe trying to go for a fast lap or something.
Not as lonely as Corey. He's just retired.
Yes, Corey just doesn't want to be here anymore, I don't think. Corey ain't happy. Kyle gets driving today. That's a sign of things to come, isn't it, next season? And I just... kill me. I'm not... Things I didn't think I'd say today. Some Kyle propaganda. Luckily he's not on the podium at least. We do have we do have Channel winning, so good for him. But let's just confirm this championship, shall we? Well, confirm the race and then we'll just, confirm the championship results. I mean, you know already. So the winner, Janel from Jamie, and then Cam, Jordan, Kyle, Dexter, NK1, Arnold. The new champion wins it at his home track. The right way to do it, I guess. I mean, he didn't win, but he won. Didn't win the race. But anyway, Khalifa, Bazza, OKK, Yuri, Pete, West, Mr. John, TC, Corey, Brandon, Redma, and Vitinho. And that'll do us then this week. That'll do us for the F2 series. I'm sure we'll be back with us at some point. But for now, it's all focus on F1. And we are back. Australia, yes?
Australia, this time next week.
Yes. F1 might be postponing their Australian Grand Prix, but we'll be here on time, ready to give you a cracking start to the new F1 season. So thank you all for watching this series. F2, we'll be back one day. But from me and Jacko, cheers. And yeah, safe travels. If it's legal, which it actually isn't in most places,